won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
You will pay the price. You won't know what hit you. Schumer now face impeachment. Should we set a date? And by their standards, Democrat may also want to consider impeaching squad member Congresswoman Presley. This summer, remember violent riots ripping through nearly every major city in the country. She goes on propaganda, socialist MSDNC, calling for unrest in the streets as long as there is unrest in our lives. Wow, sounds like an impeachable statement. Listen.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives. And unfortunately, there's plenty to go around.
I have no retort to that, Congresswoman. That's certainly accurate.
A clear incitement of violence, according to the Democrats' own standards. And that's not all. 2018, fellow squad member, Speaker in reality, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez called on Americans to occupy airports and federal law enforcement offices all across America. She going to be impeached? Take a look.
We need to occupy every airport. We need to occupy every border. We need to occupy every ICE office.
In other words, Ocasio-Cortez was encouraging her radical supporters to breach government buildings. Then, of course, you got Eric Swalwell. Now, before getting exposed over his years-long relationship with a Chinese spy, Swalwell threatening gun owners with nuclear weapons on Twitter. Make no mistake, this constant stream of violent rhetoric from Democrats over the past 4 years has been disgraceful. Take a look.
You cannot be civil with a political party that wants to destroy what you stand for, what you care about.
Would I like to debate this gentleman? And I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take you behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
You gotta be ready to take a punch. You gotta be ready to throw a punch.
You get out and you stay the ground. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome.
Everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
With this kind of inspiration, I will go and take Trump out tonight.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.
The lying president said that I had threatened all of his constituents. I did not threaten his constituents, his supporters. I do that all the time.
It does you any good running away from Donald Trump. I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
One more important point. During this summer's violent riots, soon-to-be VP Kamala Harris promoted that bail fund in Minneapolis for actual rioters on Twitter. Now the fund refuses to tell us who they bailed out of jail. I wonder why. And Senator Harris was accusing Kavanaugh of rape in the U.S. Senate. Now, these protesters breached and occupied the Senate Hart building. Well, will Senator Harris be held accountable for that? Will any of these Democrats get impeached? Of course not. Rules don't apply to them. Never have, never will. And by the way, yesterday's snap impeachment was not just detrimental because of the glaring double standard and breathtaking hypocrisy, but it is another rush to judgment. They do it all the time. What happened on Capitol Hill the 6th, we said it, can never happen, ever. And the very heart of our Capitol was attacked. Police were seriously injured. People died. People died over the summer, too. 2,000 cops were injured. And it revealed what is a massive vulnerability. All of our enemies, Russia, Iran, China, they were all watching. They see our vulnerability. Terrorists see it. We need the